At the start by talking about the man of the moment, I suppose, Jake Reeves. How's he recovered after his game on Tuesday?
He's done very well. He surprised himself. I think he was expected to be walking like C3PO on Wednesday and Thursday, but he wasn't. So that's been a bonus for him. He then joined in with the group on Friday and Saturday. So he's trained those 2 days as well. So touch wood at this moment, he's done ever so well. We just got to, like I say, go step by step now and see how he is tomorrow and whether he'll be involved tomorrow or not.
What's he been like attitude-wise, considering now he's finally been able to actually play some sort of action?
He's like a kid at Christmas. He's bouncing around the place. He's absolutely buzzing. I think everybody's delighted for him, and rightly so. And I think that's been the most powerful thing for me, to see the reaction of the other lads, and not just the other lads, the other staff as well. He's such an infectious character, and that everybody's willing him the best of recovery now, and he's on his way. And that's been, like I say, the most powerful thing for him, and that's the biggest praise I can give him, the effect that he's had on everybody else.
You commented on his performance afterwards, how well he played.
Yeah.
How much more difficult then is it for you, because the temptation to maybe put him in again rather than maybe holding him back?
Yeah, it's not difficult. I like to say, out of all of us, I'm probably got to be the one that's the most sensible, shall we call it, which is a rare trait for me, to be classed as the most sensible one, but it is. I'm the one that's obviously got to make the decision and take everything into consideration. And the main thing for me is obviously the welfare of the player.
Do you sit and have a chat with Jake about how he might be feeling about it as well?
Yeah. I've done that already, and he tells me he's fine and ready to go, but I didn't expect anything different from him, to be perfectly honest.
Obviously, though, what do you rate his chances of being available for this game on Tuesday?
I think he's got a chance of being involved. The situation is, obviously, you have to take into the account that each game that he's played so far has been a step up, and we've got to be careful that the step up isn't too quick too soon, and then that might obviously then put him in a bit of a difficult situation. But like I say, that we have to take all that into consideration, but there's an opportunity he could be involved.
Just on him as a player, though, where do you see him being as a deeper midfielder, or more attack-minded in games?
I think if you looked at his performance against Rochdale, it was very, very clear that he just wanted the ball all the time, and I thought he dictated the play and a lot of attacks for us from that deep role. That said, his eye for a pass. He could play in either role, to be perfectly honest, for us, and throughout the course of the season, should he continue in the way he has done, I can see him playing in both.
Just to check as well on James Vaughan, how's he doing at the moment?
Yeah, we're going to give him as long as we possibly can. Obviously, our main priority this season is the league, but we want to try and be competitive tomorrow like we were down there, and then try and get through. But we have to take that into consideration.
Shane McCartan as well, how's his recovery doing?
Both him and Matty Palmer have trained today on the grass with a view to joining him back in, hopefully at the end of this week, so that's really good news. Obviously for Shay, it's a quicker turnaround, so we're happy with that. But for Matty Palmer, it's brilliant news. He's done everything that he possibly can to get back as quickly as he can, and he's been really impressive with his professionalism, as you would expect. But the way he's gone about his rehab and the discipline that he's shown to it has been phenomenal.
So looking ahead to this game against Shrewsbury, what's your approach been with the squad, considering you had the Saturday off, of course?
No, we were in working, we were in training. Like I say, we played on the Tuesday against Rochdale, gave them a couple of days, and then we were in training in preparation for it. And I have to say that watching them this morning in training, they're ready for their game. They're really focused. It's been a while since they played. Obviously, some of them had a little bit of involvement in the Rochdale game, but it was the Shrewsbury game away, and they're looking hungry for the game, which is really pleasing.
After the initial tie against Shrewsbury, what have you learned from that game going into this replay now?
About us or about them or both?
About Shrewsbury.
About Shrewsbury, I don't think we learned anything different too much that we already knew in terms of how they play. The way that they play is very good. I like the way that they play a different system. It challenged us for sure. And it caused us problems, which we've tried to help the players with if they occur again on Tuesday night. But no, they're a very good team. Like I said at the start of the first game, if you like, and we don't anticipate anything different from tomorrow's game as well.
How encouraging was it for you, though, that considering they're a League One team,
yes,
that you were very much with them toe to toe?
Yeah, I was really pleased with that. I think deep down both managers will have told you they wouldn't have wanted the replay because they wanted the game sort of settled there and then. And I think both of us had a real good go at trying to do that. We certainly had chances, which obviously will give the players confidence, knowing that they can create against, like I say, a well organised and good League One team. And I like these games personally because I get to see who challenges themselves and puts themselves against a League One player and says, yeah, that's where I want to be, and that's good for me.
Of course, there is a potential for another cup upset, and a lot of them in Bradford's history have come under the lights at Valley Parade. How much are you hoping for that special atmosphere tomorrow night? Well,
I think the club have done very well. They've reduced the season the ticket prices, in the hope that we can get more through. And in those glory days that you talked about, it wasn't just the players that played the part; it was the fans, filling the stadium. And we want to try and get as many through there for sure, and create an atmosphere for us tomorrow.
Great stuff, Gary. Thank you.
Of course, it goes to penalties tomorrow if it's still level. Are you a manager that likes to practice that, or do you trust in your players that they know how to take a penalty?
I'm not telling you.
That's fair enough.
Because then that gives the opposition an insight into what we've done or what we've not done. So I'm refraining from answering that question.
And obviously you've had a week between games now.
Yes.
Probably longer if you don't count the Rochdale game.
Yeah.
Now you've got 3 coming up.
Yes.
You mentioned the players that are on the verge of coming back. Do you have in your mind now which one you could fit into which game in terms of their recovery?
It's difficult because, like you say, the ones that are coming back from injury, it's in an ideal world, you would like to put them into a behind closed doors friendly so that you could make that assessment better before chucking them back into a league game. But the fixture schedule coming up, and it could quite easily be added to it in the next week or two, is that we're not probably in that position to introduce them into a friendly game. But we'll just have to see how we go with that. And sometimes, needs must.
But in the long term, it's positive for you. You have more players coming back, more players you can choose from.
Certainly, and I think that period that we've now got coming, the more bodies that we have available for us, the better it is, because there's going to be some travelling involved, that's for sure, and like I say, a number of games very quickly before Christmas.
Cheers.
So about playing with League One team, good benchmark. I mean, presumably the players themselves like that extra challenge, don't they? Because they know the league is obviously the priority, but it's a chance to show that.
Well, that's what we've said to him, and that's what we said to him leading into the first game, and the message is exactly the same. You've got to go toe to toe against them and have a right good go, and if you do that, then they come off the pitch at the end of the day and look themselves in the mirror first and foremost and said, "I'll give it everything they've got."
Because the aspirations are to be at that level, hopefully next season. So it's proving themselves.
Well, we can only go game by game, and obviously for us tomorrow it's playing against like I say, a really good League One team, and we can learn loads. I learned loads about my team when we played them down there. I really did. I thought the first 20 minutes we came out and started well, and then we came off them a little bit, and it was interesting to. At half time, just to sort of like challenge them and say, well, go on then, I'm going to see what you've got second half, whether you're going to stand up for it or and in a different way, to compare to what they've been in the league.
And obviously the fact that going into a second game, is there sort of a feeling that perhaps some people might think they've done the difficult bit in terms of bringing them back here, or is that a dangerous thought?
Where? Who's thinking that?
In terms of bringing them back home.
Who?
I don't know, some general supporters might think.
Oh.
Going to
I can't influence their feelings or thinking or anything like that. I can guarantee you that at the end of the game we weren't thinking that, because we know exactly how difficult it would be again on tomorrow night. And like we say, we've done our work, we've done all the prep, and we just have to go into an exciting cup tie, which it was down there.
And having the replay, of course, at least getting a few more options back now in terms of, as you said, the whole squad's going to be utilised big time in these few weeks.
It is. Ironically, we were going to Macclesfield, and we were, we had young Rhys Staunton was going to be on the bench, and I think there might have been another one or two youngsters were involved, and the game got called off by Macclesfield down there. And then I come forward to this weekend and this Tuesday, and there might be one or two seniors that are missing out, and that's in a short space of time, and that's how quickly it can change. And what you do want as a manager is having as many bodies available. Then comes the hardest bit, when you're leaving people out the squad. But you'd rather have that than looking round and thinking, going to have to pick Ryan.
And Clayton Donaldson, how's he getting on?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's he's at home. He can't put any weight on it yet for another couple of days. So his missus is pregnant with their second child, so I don't know who's killing who in that household at the moment, whether she's doing his head in or vice versa. But no, he's doing all right, and hopefully he's got another follow-up at the specialist, and he'll be back in then.
Because he must be watching all this absolutely desperate to be.
Well, I think it's just the whole circumstances of the injury was just bizarre, and then to find out that you then need an operation, and then going to be out for the length of time that you're going to be is just crazy, like I say. So he's having to deal with that, but he'll be back in the building hopefully next week and get cracking on his rehab.
It's been bitty for you recently with the postponements, and I guess the trophy games even sort of add to that.
Yeah.
Has that been a good or a bad thing with the injuries you've had?
Both, really. I think it's enabled, like I say, every game that gets called off, Matty Palmer's smile goes from ear to ear, and he doesn't like missing league games, so he's delighted with that, and obviously one or two more are on a similar note. But you want to keep getting in that rhythm of playing games and winning games, and we found ourselves in that rhythm recently, and we want to get back to it as quickly as possible. So like I say, we've got Tuesday now, then Saturday, and then the following Tuesday, and then who knows. Yeah,
because obviously you're going into the busiest part of the season. You're not going to be struggling for games in that period.
No, not at all.
Do you feel that the lads just need to get in a bit of a rhythm of regular games? I know the results have been good recently.
No, definitely. I think I can remember the last time we had a break when we started at home after that game, and it took us 15-20 minutes to get going into the game, but that was nothing more than, in my opinion, the fact that they hadn't played. So we spoke about that, and we talked the intensity in which they've trained, especially Friday, Saturday, was very, very similar to the game that we will play tomorrow. So hopefully that enables us to come out the doors flying and the start.